How to introduce yourself in English? It's a very beginner level topic, and because of this, when you can't introduce yourself in English, you often feel very demotivated. You feel like, I can't even introduce myself in English. How can I talk about other things? And that's why this part is important for everyone, because we all need to introduce ourselves to our friends, to our colleagues, to our classmates, and to our online friends, and whoever you meet in your life. And introducing yourself means you should know how to explain things properly and beautifully. So in this video, I'm going to share different ways to introduce yourself in English for different people and situations. But before that, make sure to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to get latest videos update. Let's get started. So in today's video, I don't want to teach you only about introduction. I want to teach you how people naturally talk about themselves in English, without pressure and without memorizing things and lines. Because in real life conversation, introduction don't happen in one line. They happen slowly, casually, and naturally. Like imagine you meet someone new and they don't suddenly say that introduce yourself. Right? Casually, the conversation start with small hi. How are you? And where are you from? And slowly pieces of you come out, and that is introduction. So first of all, remove that idea from your mind that introduction means one perfect paragraph. No. Introduction is sharing small information about yourself while talking. So now let's talk like real people. Suppose I meet someone and they ask, so what do you do? And I don't need to say something big or impressive. I can simply say I make videos on YouTube, and that's it. And then naturally the other person may ask, oh nice, what kind of videos? And now I'll continue. I talk about learning English, especially for beginners, and I also share my own experiences. See, I didn't introduce myself, I let the conversation introduce me. And that's how English works in real life. Now let's imagine you are talking to your friend or a relative. So suppose they ask, what are you doing these days? You can simply say, I'm focusing a lot on improving English. I didn't learn it from any institute, so I'm learning slowly on my own. And look how simple and natural it sounds. And this is not introduction. This is sharing your life. Because when you share about your life, people automatically know who you are and they feel very connected to you. Now let's talk about meeting someone new, maybe a boy or a girl, maybe a stranger. So if they ask, tell me something about yourself, this sentence scares people but you don't need to tell everything, because we all fear, especially I fear of oversharing, but you don't need to be afraid of this thing. You can simply say, I'm a simple person, I'm still learning English, but I enjoy expressing my thoughts and I like learning new things. See, that sounds like very natural, very human, and also very polite, and keeps a lot of privacy also. And now let's talk about online conversations, since everyone is on social media these days. So online, we don't need a very long introduction. If someone asks, what do? You can say, I create English learning content and I'm still learning English by myself. That one line already tells a lot about you for the person who is just your online friends. And now let's talk about very common question, how to introduce ourselves in interviews. So when they ask, tell me about yourself, they don't want to know about your life story, obviously. They want to know who you are now and where you are going and what's your goal, what's your abilities, and everything that requires their need. So how can you answer these questions? You can simply say, my name is Neha, I'm an English learning content creator. I didn't learn English in a traditional way, so I understand beginner struggles very well. And that's why I enjoy helping others feel confident. So this is how you can introduce yourself. So for your introduction, you don't need advanced English vocabularies to introduce yourself. You need clarity and good expressions. Because simple sentences spoken calmly sounds more confident than fancy and advanced sentences spoken with fear. And another very important thing for beginners especially, they feel very afraid of starting conversations and introducing themselves because they fear a lot about their imperfect English. So in So in beginning, you don't need to be afraid that much. Just accept. Just say it openly and make everything clear about your English. My English is not that perfect, but I'm improving every day. And that sentence shows acceptance, and people really respect that. So stop trying to sound like native, sound real. So you can practice your self interaction on these 3 questions. Who am I right now? What I'm learning? And what do I enjoy? That's it. So if you're a beginner and you are watching this video, I want to say something to you. You don't need perfect English to start talking. You need permission to allow yourself to be imperfect. That's how we all learn English. We cannot be perfect without being imperfect, because this is the process we all have to go through this. So by following these things, and you also need a lot of practice. So by following these things and these tips, your English will grow naturally and you will become fluent gradually. So that's all for today's video. I hope you got something out of this video and lesson. Till then, take care. I'll see you in the next one.